Hey y'all, hey, welcome. Or for my returning viewers, welcome back. I'm Ashley, and this is for Dizzy Birds. It's Saturday, and it's time to save some money. If you're new here, we use a zero based budget, prop cash envelope stuffing, and fun savings challenges to help us meet our financial goals. Our top priority right now is to get out of debt. So, on this channel, we're working to change our relationship with money, break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, and taking control of our financial future. If that's content that interests you and you want to see how we do that, please consider subscribing because we'd love to have you join us on our journey to becoming debt free. Today, we're going to be saving towards our weekly challenge binder, our emergency fund, and guess what? We're going to play the turkey box today. So stick around because we've got some saving to do, y'all. So let's get into today's video. Happy Saturday, y'all. How's it going? I don't know about you, but this weekend took forever to get here. But here we are, and it's time to play. We have a lot to do in this video, which is good. But first, we have business to take care of. Convo card. All right. I always get a little nervous because I don't know what the question's going to be. But y'all, I'm going to do my best to answer the question, and then I'm going to challenge you to do the same down in the comments. All right. Okay. We're getting deep on this one. What's the most memorable dream you've ever had? Well, I don't know if this is the most memorable dream I've ever had. In fact, I can promise you it's not. But it's funny is I had a weird dream last night, and I don't really know what it means. Other than I'm definitely suffer from anxiety and I'm a planner. So the gist of it was that in the dream we had a family vacation to Disney that I was supposed to plan, and then it was like the day before, and none of the things I was supposed to plan had been planned. And I was just like running around trying to get everything thrown together at the last minute, and it was legit a stressful dream for me. Um, I don't have a Disney vacation plan. It is something my family wants to do in the future. So I don't know. That's why I was thinking about Disney, but I think it had more to do with the whole, supposed to be planning and then not planning and failing to do that and the anxiety around that. It was really odd. It was just a really odd dream, and I remember it. So it's the most memorable of late. Does anybody ever have dreams like that where you were supposed to do something or you're like responsible for something and you just utterly fail? Those are some of the worst dreams I have, which I guess is a good thing. I don't know. So, how about you? What's the most memorable dream you've ever had? All right, share down in the comments. We're getting to know each other. All right, so that business is taken care of. So, what do we need to do today? Well, first, we're going to move our binders aside because we need to take care of more business. Got to get the business out of the way. So, we have our Oh Poop challenge here, which, by the way, is now in the shop, in my Etsy shop, which I will link down below. It's just for Dizzy Birds on Etsy. It's a digital download, and I did include a dashboard for that. So let me actually get that and show you what that looks like. Because while I'm thinking about it, I also need to get our money out for the day. So there's our money. But this is what the dashboard looks like for this challenge if you want to purchase it. I do give it in an A5 and an A6 option. I just laminated it because I'm extra. All right, so there's our O Poop challenge. We always start with that. So I always set aside money from that every week, kind of a non-negotiable. I have it roped in here with the rest of this. We will count the rest of this here in just a minute. But this week, I normally save at least $30. This week, we have 45. I had a little bit extra left over from not spending last week. Go me. So this week, we get to save $45 towards our emergency fund. So each one of our little friends here are worth $15. So I'm going to take just a moment here to do some quick coloring, and I will fast forward you through it. But we are making progress, and that is a great thing. All right. 3 more of our friends are colored in, which means we have another $45 to add. Let's go ahead and pull out and see how much we have saved so far in our emergency fund. Now, if you follow Dave Ramsey, which a lot of our budgeting friends here in the community do, you will know that he says one of our very first priorities, if not our very first priority, should be to get a $1,000 emergency fund in place. I can tell you that my family, my husband and I, have had an emergency fund in place twice in the last 3-ish years, and we've had to deplete it. That's what the emergency fund is for, right? So instead of going further into debt when the washing machine died, we were able to go purchase a new one. But it's still a little bit disappointing when you deplete it, right? So here we are. We're back at it again. We're just trucking right along on getting to our $1,000. We are currently at 150, 70, 90, 210, 230, 240, 250, 255. Is that correct? I can tell the counting gods are not with me today. Let's get that 50 out of the way. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. So that's 255. Had to do it really in a weird way there. But sometimes our brains are not working with us and we just have to look at it a different way. So 255, if you remember our September goal, so our monthly goal for the emergency fund was to hit 250. So the amazing thing is technically we've already met our goal for September. Now, of course, our goal is to get 1,000. So overall, we still have a ways to go, but we are making really good progress on that. So what's the point, right? Like while we're talking about this tracker here that we created, what was the point? I'm saving money every week. I'm setting it aside. What's the difference between just taking that $30 or $45 each week and putting it in an envelope versus coloring in our little friends here and putting it in an envelope and counting it? And the reality is there's not a huge difference between the two. It's just about making it fun, making it an accomplishment, giving sort of a fun way to track your progress and a visual aid to that really helps, because let's face it, sometimes, I don't know, if you're like me, it's not exactly fun to just pull $30 out of your pay and set it into an envelope somewhere. It's nice to have it, but it's not entirely fun. So this just makes it more fun, y'all. So I will tell you too, I think that these rainbow little poopies are adorable. It's just, it happens, right? It happens. Let's make it fun. All right, so we've taken care of our emergency fund savings for this week. So we are on to the next thing. And what is that? All right. We have our weekly challenge binder here. And we have, I believe, $100 to save in it. So let me go ahead and get that counted out to make sure I did that correctly. And we will get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, and 100. All right. I always try to, if I can, have at least $100 for this binder. Some weeks we have more than others. But this week I'm feeling very, very lucky to even have the $100. Let me tell you what happened. So this past weekend, me and the two boys went to go visit my mother, about 2 hours away, and because it was her birthday, so we wanted to go spend the weekend with her. So we did. It was just a quick trip up there, and I left Hubs with the pups, but he wanted to see his friends, so it worked out. But just as we were leaving, our oldest corgi, the 3-year-old, he's really not that old, we call him the water buffalo because he's very large fella, seemed to be ill. he seemed to be getting sick. And so I was concerned that, something very serious happened because he was just getting sick constantly and that wasn't normal. So I asked my husband to run him over to the vet on Saturday, which, if you know anything about unplanned vet visits, those tend to be a little bit of expensive, right? Um, so Paul took Bentley over there, and luckily it wasn't something too terribly serious. It was kennel cough, which I actually had never seen before, so that was a learning experience for us. But in order to find out what he had, we did x-rays and all kinds of things, and then of course he needed medicines, and thankfully he's on the mend. He's doing much better now, a week after a week of antibiotics. But $400 later, unplanned vet visit. Luckily, we had the money saved in our pup fund to cover that. So I'm very, very grateful that we have been doing this cash stuffing, because much like the emergency fund, we were just working on funding, right? Normally in the past, that would have been an unplanned expense, and it would have really been a bit of a challenge to come up with it. And if it had been something even more serious, I don't even know what we would have done. So I'm grateful that they were able to figure out what was wrong with our sweet boy, get him the medicines, and I'm really grateful that we had the money in the fund to take care of that unexpected vet visit. And that's why we do this. So, that being said, we still have other things we need to do for the pups. They're due for their shots and, their yearly visits. And that was the money that we had saved up for that. So now I have to resave that money when it's time to get to their shots here in a couple weeks. So, for what it's worth, an emergency fund in whatever form it takes can be very, very beneficial if you leave it there for true emergencies. All right, I'll stop yakking about that. That's how our weekend went, at least here at the house. So I'm grateful we have $100, and we are going to start here with our September savings challenge. We are almost done. We have 20 for the backpack, a $10 lunch, and 10 for the ABCs. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take care of this $20 one. This is getting very close to the end of our September. We still do have one more stuffing before we're going to close out September, so I'm okay with just doing the one for now, and then we'll see how the rest of the binder goes, and if we can, we might try to finish it out, but I'm thinking we're probably going to need to finish it out next week. All right, so I'm going to color in this very expensive backpack and be grateful that we can do that. So yeah, how was your week? How was y'all's week? It's Saturday. Maybe you're watching this on Saturday, so glad we made it. I had a rough week at work. Again, nothing bad, just stressful, just busy. So the weekends come around. I really look forward to these videos, to getting to sit down and play with money, for lack of a better way to describe it, and to talk to y'all. I've gotten over the fact that I'm talking to myself essentially, because I know you're there. I know you're listening. Definitely. You're listening, right? 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 79, 81, and 82. Well, that can't be right. These are supposed to be $100, so where did I make a mistake? Yeah, well, that would be because I pulled it. No, that's right. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 77, 79, and 80. It would just help if I could count. I told you counting was not with me today. We have $80, which lines up. We have $20 left. We'll see if we can get to that today. I'm not optimistic about it, guys, but we will get this done before the last day of September. We will. Moving on. One of my challenges. This is from my witch collection. These are physical items that shipped from my Etsy shop. If you're interested, you can find them there. There's a set of several different to choose from. Let's see. You know, I normally get my dice out, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So it can tell me which one to scratch. I don't want to be responsible. Okay, it says 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love this one. It says resting witch face. And if you know, you know. And I may or may not suffer from a little bit of resting witch face. Do you? Do you know what I'm talking about? Has anybody ever accused you of having that? All right. So we let's see what we have so far for our witch challenge. 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, and 15. $15 so far in our witch challenge. It will save us 70 when we're done. All right, moving on. Spooky vibes from Our Beautiful Budgets, if I remember correctly. Yes, we are very close to finishing this one. So we have 2 more rolls and we can call this one done. And you know what? Oh, of course, it tells me, oh, you think you're going to finish? Let's go ahead and finish. So we have 6 and let's roll one more time. And 5. So we owe Spooky Vibes a total of 11. Let's see how much this challenge saved us. Y'all, I'm in the mood to finish a challenge at least once during this video. We're also going to see if we can condense down a little bit. All right. 10, 15, 20, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. $41 for Spooky Vibes. As I mentioned in previous videos, this was a freebie. It was a set of 2 from Our Beautiful Budgets. It was a thank you for 300 subscribers. So thank you, friend. Both of these challenges were a lot of fun to play. We saved $41 with this one. I think I'm going to go ahead and trade in this 10 and 2 5s for a 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, and let's trade these in for a 10, just so we can keep playing with some smaller denominations. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 5. If I had another 20, I would do that, but I don't, so I won't. Here we go. 20, 30, 40, and 1. So we still have $41 in this one. Let's get our little paperclip going. And you know what that means? Everybody's favorite moment with a finish challenge. We're going to ring our bell. Woo! Finish challenge. First one of the week. That also means we need to get out our Ding 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 challenge. Donna Powered by Creativity. You can find this. It's a free download on her. If you go to her YouTube, you'll find that. So thank you for that. We are saving $1 for every completed challenge until the end of the year. It's starting to get a little thick, but I'm very excited to see what that saves us as well. All right, Spooky Vibes. Should we wait to see if we finish anything else before we get out our save to sync? Sure. Sounds like a good plan. I'm talking to myself now. All right, so we'll find something to replace that before next week. All right, up next is our Pink Witch Tarot cards, which are actually over here. These are mine. They're just something I created for myself. Did not ever put them in the shop. I remember that I tend to have a little bit of a spicy take on these cards, so they can get me in trouble. So I think I'm going to start by just picking one. Let's take this bat. See what it has in store for us. Ooh, the Mystic Cauldron. 12. I think we made a good choice here. We made a good choice. We could have got ourselves into a lot of trouble with this. So $12 going in. We'll set this one aside. Let's see what we have so far. We're making some good progress. It's spicy numbers, but you know, as much as they hurt when you're saving, they certainly pay off in the end. 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47, 49, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. $55 so far. Ooh, goodness, who knows how much this one's going to be. We will pick that up a little bit as we get going, as we're getting closer. Okay, so now we have fall savings with Hey K budgets. Hey K here has some adorable icons that we just need to pick. Let's see. Let's save about $15. See where that gets us. What do you say? Let's do 2 of these rakes for $5 each. Yeah, all these rakes are making me think of leaves. We don't really have a lot of trees in our house, in our yard, because our house is a new build. So our trees are just like little baby trees all around the neighborhood. We don't have a lot of tree or leaves to rake up, thankfully. Okay, so that's $10. Now we're going to find. How about this little? Ooh, we need to color this little hedgehog. We need a hedgehog. He's adorable. A little hedgehog friend here. Ooh, he's $3. $15 total so far. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of raking leaves, but I like to see them when they start changing. And then how about a coffee for $2? Pumpkin spice, of course. So $15 going into fall savings challenge. Let's see what this challenge has brought us so far. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, and 27. $27 so far. We got a little ways to go on some of these, but it's going to be fun getting there. All right, up next we have a freebie that I received from Snow Gardener 307 in one of my orders. It is Adulting is Hard Without Coffee. Last time we got the multiplier. This is 75 plus, which I think has to do with that multiplier that we got. So I'm going to roll the dice and see what it wants us to scratch today. 1 and 2. All right, $5. We can handle that. Question is, should we scratch another? I think we should. Let's do another. All right, 1 and 2. How about $6? So a total of 11. That lines up pretty good. All right, so 5, 10, and 11. Let's see, I don't remember what we rolled last time for that multiplier. Let's see what we have so far. 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, and 23. $23 so far going in. Adulting is hard without coffee. Thank you so much for that freebie, Marlene. All right, so that brings us to the end of our challenges for this binder. We did our emergency fund. I'm decided that due to our budget, I want to make sure we're finishing challenges as quickly as possible, not only to keep our motivation up, but also so that I can share others' work. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go back through here now that we have a little bit left over and wrap up what we can. I'm not going to do this one because we can't finish that one. So let's see what else we can do. Let's make some more progress here on our witch. See what's going on. So, what do y'all have planned for the weekend? Anything fun? I am very excited that we are going to finally, 1, 2, 3, we're going to finally, ooh, 11. We're going to decorate for fall / spooky season. We'll probably lean a little more towards spooky season because it's so much shorter. Basically, I think end of September, it's time. All right, 7, 9, and 11. So $11 going in here. So I've been waiting patiently or impatiently to decorate for fall / spooky season. I'm very excited about that. You guys decorate for spooky season? You know, it's not as long, so some people just do kind of just like fall all around and don't really decorate for spooky season. That one we finished, but I have to. I just love it. I love the colors and I do a lot of witch themed things. I love Hocus Pocus, as you know. All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's do another card. I'm going to flip it over. I have no idea what's behind these, so it's not like I could cheat anyways. I made these so long ago, I do not remember anything. How about these pumpkins? Pumpkins it is. Be nice to us. The pumpkin patch. Cards are just the cutest. All right, $5. Not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, and finishing off with a 5 for the goose. 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47, 49, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. $60 so far. We have to get the boys their Halloween costumes. So I need to finish some of these, and maybe we'll do some of that with our Spooky Vibes challenge. How many cards do we have left on this one? Ooh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We still have 10 more cards. We better pick up the pace on that one, huh? We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. How much do we have left? We got a little bit. I definitely think we can do a couple more on this one. Let's do another rake. That'll be another nice big one to knock off. So, yep, it's time to decorate. I am happy to say that I did not go out and spend a whole ton of money on spooky decorations, which I normally do. But last weekend when we did go see my mom, she wanted to go shopping for her birthday, so I took her to her favorite stores to look for things. She loves decorating for autumn as well. Sorry, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. We're moving right along. This will be a total of 50, so we're past halfway, so that's good. So yeah, she wanted to go shopping, and who am I to say no to the birthday girl? And of course, I found a few things I just couldn't live without. So it definitely was not a no spend, but it wasn't a spend out of control. So, you know, progress is progress. I got a couple of new things. Most importantly, I think, was my brand new cast iron cauldron that I found for my outdoor decor because we do Hocus Pocus. And so I'm very excited about that. All right, so we have $4 left. You know me, I'm not going to try to get that IOU, so we're going to use the roll the dice as our catch-all. We'll go ahead and color in a $4 dice here. Put that $4 in safe and sound and avoid those nasty IOUs. All right. Okay. So there we go. We have done it. We have put our $100 towards our weekly challenges. We saved towards our emergency fund. So that's fantastic. We did finish one challenge. So yay us. That means we need to go over here and do our save to sync. This is starting to fill up. It's exciting. We're about a week away from being able to pull all of that out and see how much we save for all of September and allocate that out. I guarantee we're going to have some Halloween costume purchases and probably a couple of other things that I'm not thinking about right now. Also coming up and very important is the other holidays. Spooky holiday is one, but then right behind it comes Thanksgiving. And with that comes a big Thanksgiving dinner that me and my husband usually fund and invite everyone to. So it's been a bit since we've seen the turkey box. Luckily, I was able to set aside some money to play that. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and do that. Let me see here. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so it looks like we have $80 to spend on Turkey Box. And by the way, this is the Thanksgiving challenge by GB over at Income Babes. I've just lovingly dubbed it the Turkey Box because I think it's funny. So let me see here. Get our cards out. We've got those. Make sure we have those ready to go. Got it? And I'm going to count our money here to make sure I do in fact have the $80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, and 80. And spoiler alert, if you don't remember or you didn't catch the last time we played, I remember we had a fairly nasty IOU hiding here in the shadows for us. So we're going to make sure we take care of that first before we have fun with any of the rest of our monies. So let's go in and see if we can find that IOU. I know I didn't imagine it, but it'd just be a bad dream. There she is. $11 for section 3. So let's just go ahead, kiss that $11. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, $11. Happy to get rid of that IOU. Makes me feel good to take care of that. So that's going to leave us just shy of $70 to play the rest of the game. And as we have learned, this game can be a tad bit spicy. Okay, sorry about that. Little one was needing mom. All right, so where we left off is that we have just shy of $70 to work on Turkey Box Thanksgiving challenge today. We need to remember that this game can be spicy. I haven't taken any of the spicy cards out unless we've already played them and it's rightfully we've survived it. So here's hoping Turkey Box will be nice to us because we've got to get savings going on this. Because I'm also behind on Christmas, but I feel like I need to do this first and then I can focus on Christmas. All right, Team Latte saved $3. And here we are trying to remember. I believe that we can either come here and save $3, but I think what I'm going to do is use it as choosing one of these cards here, the envelopes. Let me just get it out so show you what I mean. Since we don't have any icons taking us to these envelopes, I can save this, and which is $8, add the $3 and make it 11. And that's what we're going to do. All right, so $11. Ooh, look at that pumpkin pie. That's one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know about you. All right, so we're going to put that card out of the deck. And put these back. All right, next card. Build a s'more, yay! That's one of our bonus games here in the back. And this one's nice and painless because we get to choose what we want to do. But I think I'm going to choose a $5 s'more here. Already made. So no one has to get sticky. All right, I remember we're using a different type of envelope here. I'm just going to stick this back here and I will fix it later. That one won't be totally taken out of the deck because we're going to keep playing this game. Ugly sweater. Skip one. All right. All right, roll and search and then add $10. See, that's spiciness. That's spicy, GB. Okay, 6. Skip. All right, well, that's 2 skips in a row. Build another s'more. Sweet. We can do that. All right, well, I feel like we got lucky on the last 2, so we need to pay up this time. What do you say we do a $7 cup of hot cocoa to make up the difference? 5, 6, and 7 going into build a s'more. All right, next card. Another build a s'more. All right. Well, who am I to argue? This time let's do a $4 s'more. Easy peasy. Game. I'm not even going to say it, y'all. If I say it, I'm going to jinx myself. I was going to say something about how the game was treating us, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. All right, the next card says order a small cuppa, which is here in our Thanksgiving cafe. A small means we have to add $1 to whichever one we choose here, and if we add syrup, we have to add $1 to that as well. So let's see here. Let's do this $6 one. So it'll be $6. Add $1 for the small. So a total of $7. And I'm not going to get syrup this time, which is very unlike me. But I'm just feeling no sugar today. All right. Next card. Ugly sweater. Skip 3. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what. I'm going to set that aside. Maybe it's a, you know what I think? Here's what we're going to do. It's a skip card that we can use anytime. What do you think about that? We will say we can use that anytime we need to skip something. That's what we're going to do. We already did this one. Why is it in the stack? Order a medium cuppa. Well, we happen to already be at the cafe, so I guess that small wasn't enough. Medium is add 2. Let's do this $3 one here. Looks delicious. And we're going to add 2 to make it 5. We're ordering a lot of coffee today. Okay, gobble gobble. Woo, one of those spicy ones. Add $5 to the next 2 cards. So we'll set that aside. Let's see what it has in store. Play gobble gobble. All right. So we'll do that. Gobble gobble here. This is such a fun game. It's a little unique. All right. So how we play this is we are supposed to set a 60-second timer. And I still did not remember to get a 60-second timer. So I'm just going to basically count and try to hit it about a 60-second time. The goal is to roll 3 dice to match the code and release the turkeys. So the way I played it last time, I got 3, and kind of like if I got one of the numbers and I wanted to keep it, I would just roll the rest of the dice. And if I could get the code I wanted, then I would consider it a win. Now, because we have our gobble gobble, we're going to be adding $5. If we lose, it's 10. So this could be a $15 game. Whew. All right, here we go. I'm going to count in my time and I will speed it up. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yay! 30 seconds in, and I got 4, 6, and 1, which releases this turkey guy here. Turkey Tom lives to see another day. So we win technically $5, but we got to add $5, so $10 is going in to Gobble Gobble. Fun, fun, fun. All right, Gobble Gobble, you go off to this. Oh, wait, you're not that one. We're going to leave you there. All right, let's pull the next card. All right, now play Gobble Gobble. Apparently, I did not shuffle as well as I thought I did. All right, so the same thing. Pull our 3 dice. I will count. Let's hope we win. Otherwise, we're saving 15. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, 26 seconds. I got 1, 5, and 5, which releases this fella right here. We are halfway through releasing all of our turkeys. $5 because we won, and $5 because of this spicy card. $10 more going into Gobble Gobble. And while I'm thinking about it, let me shuffle again, because that was just sheer nonsense. All right. Okay, let's pull another card and see what we got. Order a large cuppa. Well, we're just hanging out at the cafe a lot today. There's our s'mores, and there's our cuppa. So, a large is $3 additional. I'm going to take it easy on ourselves and do the $1 because I need to stop spending so much on coffee. Okay, so $1 for that, $3 for the large. That will make a total of $4 going into that. All right, so what do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One thing I want to do is see if I have a $6 envelope anywhere that I can maybe take care of. I've got some $6 icons, but no $6 envelope. All right, so we have some choices to make. We can draw a card and risk and likely get an IOU, or we can go ahead and just decide to order or maybe build a couple s'mores and avoid that IOU. And you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have $6. Let's go ahead, instead of building the s'more, let's go ahead and take this $6 hot cocoa. Take care of that sucker right there. All right, well, while we're back here, let's go ahead and see what we have and how we can maybe condense, because these envelopes get thick really fast. All right, so in Gobble Gobble, we had a exciting game or two today, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So we have $25. I'm going to leave that how it is. I will fix these envelopes after the video. All right, and in Build a S'more, we're doing pretty good. Let's see what we got. Let me organize it. All right, 5, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. All right, so we've 25 and build a s'more. I'm going to keep this 5. I'm going to trade in the rest of this for a 20. Again, if you're new to my channel, you'll notice that I use prop dollars. And that's one of the benefits right there. I'm able to trade that out and I don't have to go to the bank to do it. So that's nice. All right, so next up was our cafe, I believe, yes. And we know we've been spending some money in there today. So let's go ahead and organize this up, see how much we have spent in our cafe so far. I need to lay off the coffee, I know that. 10, 15, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, and 28. All right, so let's see. Don't really have enough to do too much condensing. We'll save that for next time. It'll be more fun. All right, section 3, we didn't do anything in that today. So I'm going to go ahead and count it for you. 20, 40, 50, and 51. $51 in section 3. Question is, well, I need all of this for Thanksgiving dinner, and likely no. So, what we don't use for Thanksgiving can also be used for Christmas. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. 59 so far in section 2 because we are behind on Christmas. But I just want to make sure we have a really nice Thanksgiving dinner. 20, 40, 50, 51, and 52. All right, turkey box. You were a little bit spicy today, but not too bad. And we got to play quite a bit with our $80, even though we had to start out with that IOU. So, y'all check that out if you're interested in this style. These box challenges are a lot of fun. Like I said, this one was by GB and Income Babes. I don't get to play it every week, and it makes me sad when I don't. She has several really, really great box challenges. This was a digital download. So check that out if you're interested in saving that way. I will, of course, link her and every other creator that I shared today down below. Oh, I know something else I wanted to update you guys on. So at the beginning of September, I set a goal for the channel. So we've been doing this now. We're coming up on our 2nd month. But I had a goal of hitting 50 subscribers. Y'all, this community is amazing. I went from no subscribers 2 months ago, or give or take, to now I checked today and I have 80. I have 80 subscribers. You guys are just amazing. So not only did we blow that goal out of the water, but now I'm shifting the goal. I would like to hit 100 subscribers by the end of September. I am already working on getting my 100 subscribers freebie ready to share. So I'm very excited to do that. So if you are watching and you like what you see and you want to see more, please give it a like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget our question that we asked at the beginning of the video about your most memorable dream. And give us that comment down. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Not only does it help our channel and we want to have you join us, but we're going to be announcing that 100 sub freebie coming up very quick. So let's see if we can get to that this week so that I can go ahead and release that. With that, I will say that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate you. Our next video will be Monday Mini, so be sure that you're subscribed and you've hit that notification button so that you will be notified when that posts. Until then, I'll say hang in there and I'll see you next time. Bye!